everyone. Thank you for joining me for this week's vlog. In these crazy times of adapting to life with all the restrictions of COVID-19, I thought I should devote a vlog to the leaders who are being challenged as never before. So if you are in a leadership role, and that's most of us, whether you're a student leader in your school or a parent suddenly confined with your kids 24/7, a teacher trying to reach students from home, an administrator trying to calm staff who are diving into online education, a counselor trying to deliver therapeutic help to our most vulnerable citizens, and other business, church, and community leaders who feel the disconnect as they try to adapt to connectedness through electronic devices. Now, ironically, most people in a leadership role have been pushing the importance of good old-fashioned face-to-face presence in recent times, myself included, saying things like, disconnect from your devices, take time to be in the same room with people to show that they matter, walk about your place of employment and shake hands, maybe even hug a coworker, parent, or kid when they need it. But whoa, now time for a 180. The CDC's recommendations and most of the country's civic policies state that to save lives from the highly contagious coronavirus, we must stop all of these effective ways to connect and communicate. Now the message is, stay home. Don't stop and chat with others if you see them on your weekly shopping run for stay-at-home provisions. I mean, how can we lead and be effective to others when our leadership strategies have been declared dangerous to our health? It's been quite crazy. Now, I found great advice in an article in Forbes recently titled, "Communication is More Important Now Than Ever." And I'll put the link to this article below if you want to read it. I'd like to take 3 of the top 3 points of advice to leaders suddenly stuck in this situation. I hope you find wisdom in this and can help demonstrate good communication in a time when leadership needs are extremely high. Number 1, be clear and focus on the facts. This article that I was reading in Forbes states anytime times are uncertain and emotions are high, misinformation can take hold. So ensure you focus on facts rather than conjecture. There are plenty of places people can go to obtain information. And I think what that article says is a fundamental but often overlooked point. Leaders, please consider how you are getting your information about the crisis. Find the information you share about the coronavirus from a primary source like the CDC website. If you want to use news media sources to stay updated, realize that journalists are writing and reporting on a rapidly changing situation, and sometimes the things that we reported even a day ago might not be relevant or accurate today. So operate in facts and refer your staff to primary source information often found on your city, state, and local government's websites. The coronavirus situation reminds us how important facts are to manage the changes, like staying at home for many weeks, and how to manage our health when many feel cooped up and isolated. Anxiety and panic can be avoided with a simple fact like wash your hands often. Basic hygiene with something super accessible like soap and water is our best defense at a time like this. Calmly reinforce these basic facts to really demystify this invisible virus. Being clear with those who look to you for leadership, focusing on the facts, helps build faith and confidence that this task of minimizing the casualties of coronavirus is possible. We can do this. We are doing this. In the Midwest, most data indicates that we are being successful in lowering the curve and not overwhelming our hospitals and intensive care units. Now, I've been seeing a lot of parallels lately between the advice needed to weather this coronavirus storm and the content of our PATH curriculum mission. In mental and emotional health education, The PATH curriculum stresses the need to mentor students to operate on facts. They shouldn't reject or repress their emotions, but it is amazing how much easier it is to manage our emotional responses to unexpected events in life if we have a clear understanding of the facts. So important. Now, number 2. Another tip that the Forbes article suggests to leaders is, in quotes, be relevant and be redundant. The article states, people with whom you communicate regularly will appreciate messages relevant to what they're concerned with at the moment. In addition, check in regularly. Just because you've said something once doesn't mean people saw it or heard it, especially since there is so much communication right now. Being redundant is so important, and different people will hear messages differently, and they will only be able to attend to them based on what they are where they are in their own process. That was in quotes. So leadership means that we repeat when talking about something as crucial to our lives as coronavirus. And with PATH, repetition is critical if we are going to change the culture of talking about mental and emotional health. Good leaders will use the coronavirus situation as an opportunity to repeat the need for discussions about connectedness in a time of social distancing. Again, in our webinars and training with school on the PATH curriculum, I see a parallel to this in the need for repeated essential lessons for students. If we are to change the culture of asking for help when we need it, about the need for openness with mental and emotional health, frequent and repeated assurance of the systems of support in place for people will help everyone get on the same page. If students feel a sort of permission or free expression in the times of emotional crisis, they will not likely hide their feelings or bury themselves in isolation. They will use their tools learned to seek help, to speak up. And this can have a direct impact on suicidal thoughts. So leaders, repeat, 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 and do your best not to be frustrated when someone asks you the same question again. Meet the people you intend to support at their level of development in all that has changed in their lives. And number 3, a final point that I'll highlight from the Forbes article is their advice to leaders to unite people and be inspirational. Again, the article says, let people know you're committed to finding creative solutions, leveraging new approaches, and surviving together for a tomorrow that will return to normal someday. Of course, you must be honest. This should go without saying. And this isn't about sugarcoating. Things may be tough in the short term, and it's important to acknowledge this, but also focus on the future to ensure people stay engaged in the tasks that will secure their futures. And so I truly believe that if we communicate in the ways advised in the first 2 points made by this article, clearly stating facts and patiently repeating relevant and helpful information, we will unite most people to focus on the tasks at hand that will facilitate this challenging time. The inspiration comes when we do this with generosity and grit, the kind of perseverance that we are seeing from people like the healthcare workers every day when we turn on the news. If you're present, if you listen to others' concerns and operate from the facts, you will inspire people to take note of the results that happen when people come together for a common cause. When I started the PATH curriculum, I wondered how much our students knew about the wealth of support found on the nation's CDC website. The ongoing CDC research of suicide as a preventable cause of death is ongoing and impressive, to say the least. Now, I'm sure that every every American is fully aware of CDC's critical work to secure the health of all Americans. Leaders can focus on the facts, whether in the fight against COVID-19 or in the fight to prevent another suicide. We can help students understand how common their struggles are, and that together, hope exists when schools and communities unite to help one another. People feel empowered when good leaders clearly communicate the facts that will support us through a crisis. So I want to thank all of the leaders who feel the extra burden from challenges due to the coronavirus or COVID-19. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and stay well as we support each other through this unusual time. Please be sure and subscribe to my channel and comment on this video below. And also remember to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. See you next time.